All right, let's play some 10-minute chess. Enter the pool. Hopefully the connection's okay. And we get a game against Chibu 1 2085. Let's play d4. All right, d5. Let's go knight f3. I just want to play simple chess. Maybe play the Coley system. Knight c6 is a bit strange. Against knight c6, I kind of want to play bishop to b5. Uh, cause him some problems with his pawn structure. I wouldn't be surprised if he played something like a6. All right, e6. Let's just go c4. Now I want queen to a4. Pretty straightforward idea here. I'm kind of in the mood to play some funky stuff today, so maybe I'll go for my beloved Trumpowski or something like that. Let's take the knight first, and now let's go queen a4. That way we give him tripled pawns, and he's got some stuff to deal with. Bishop d7 is what I expected. Now we'll just take this pawn on c4, and we're making the claim that although our opponent has the bishop pair, we have enough compensation. Now, can I go knight? Oops. Can I go knight e5 and just try to win this guy? So knight e5, maybe queen to e8, but that doesn't look very good. All right, I don't think this queen's very good on e8, so I'm just going to play that. And then if queen e8, I'm deciding between knight d2 and knight c3. I think knight c3 is just the more active square, nothing wrong with that. And we also have knight a4 possibilities. I was trying to decide between knight c3, knight a4, and knight d2, knight b3. Does knight a4 here? Okay, wait, I also have knight e4. So knight e4, knight b6, I step back. That looks pretty good to me. I'll just go knight e4. If f6, I feel like he's creating too many weaknesses, and I'll try to take advantage of that, probably by taking this bishop. And then, okay, he does go f6. I'll probably take this guy. Do I have anything better than that? Well, this bishop's a really bad piece, so maybe I shouldn't take it. Maybe do I go knight d3? Am I achieving anything by doing that? I guess my knights are better than his bishops here, although that could change if he's able to open up the position. So I'll go knight d3 for now, just because I'm playing against his doubled pawns and his bad bishop. I don't want to trade my good knight for his bad bishop, so I'll step back. Now if this knight moves, I might be threatening knight f4 in the future. Knight b6, though, I think I'm deciding between queen b3 and queen c2. So queen b3, the pro here is that I keep pressure on this e6 pawn. Queen c2, the pro is I keep pressure on these pawns. So which one is more important to me? Let's say queen b3, rook b8, and I plant a knight on c5. He can always come back to d5 with the knight. So I don't see much point in queen b3. Maybe I'll just go queen to c2. And now my plan is still knight to c5. Maybe I can also go b3 and the idea of bishop to a3 after knight to c5. That's also a pretty good plan. I'm trying to see if black has any opportunities to break with some sort of e5. f5 just creates far too many weaknesses, so I don't think black is going to play for this. But maybe if he can somehow break with e5, maybe even sacrificing a pawn in the process, that might be a good opportunity for him. All right, so he goes queen to g6, but this I'm not too sure about because I get knight to f4 with tempo. Is he fine with just giving that to me? So I get this move with tempo. Queen f5 is likely. Bishop to d2. Maybe it's not so simple. If I go knight c5, he takes. I have to take back with my pawn. That doesn't look so bad, though. That looks pretty good, actually. If I can force him to trade off his dark square bishop. Because here his dark square bishop is his prized prized possession. So takes, I take back with my pawn, knight to d5. Now I'm thinking about queen e2, just stepping out of this nasty pin he has going with his queen. Okay, he takes, I have to take back this way. Knight to d5 is what I'm expecting. And then I'm thinking queen e2 stepping out of the pin. But he does have e5. So I actually have to be a little bit careful here. E5 is what I'm expecting. I think he needs to play this right now just to activate his pieces. And then I'll go e4. He does go e5. I will go e4. And now knight f4 is not possible. Bishop h3, I'll just go f3, protecting with my queen against the mate. He can go knight back to e7. I'll probably still play f3 just because I want to play bishop e3 without losing this e4 pawn. So he does go knight e7. I'll just respond with f3. And I'm trying to keep up on the clock, but my opponent is also playing very fast. Okay, bishop e3. I'm okay if he tries to trade. I'll welcome the trade. He does go for it. Now, I think I just go b3, encourage this trade. He might actually go bishop a6. This could be a good move, bishop a6. And he's just putting pressure, keeping pressure. He does go bishop a6, okay. Now I might go rook d1, just getting my rook out of this diagonal in case I ever want to do something like queen c2, knight to b4. This could be one of my ideas. So I have to watch out for this. I have to be careful of his f5 ideas, but f5 is really his only break in the position. f5 right now does work, but he doesn't do it. I'll go queen c2 now. Just now f5 I can take on e5. He might have missed his chance to play it, but he can always trade and then play f5, which he might do. He might play f5 right here, which would be pretty good. What do I do on that? So takes f5. I think I have to take it and try to play against this isolated e-pawn. If not, I want to go queen d7, attack this knight, maybe bring my rook to the file as well. Okay, he goes queen to e8. Now, that just doesn't seem like the right move at all. I can go rook d1, bringing my rook to the file. The reason I say this is not right is because I feel like black has to play for f5. And if you're going to play f5, then why put the queen on e8? Now, I'm thinking I go queen d7. If takes, I take with my rook. And I'm doing a double attack. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. If he doesn't do anything about this, I'll go queen to e6. So I'm expecting him to react. Maybe he can wait, actually. Maybe he just goes king h7. Do I still go queen e6? That's interesting. I'm spotting this little variation out of the corner of my eye. King h7, queen e6, knight c8, takes, rook to d7, rook e7, and rook d8 traps the black knight. That's a lot of arrows, but if we get there, I'll show it to you guys. Okay, king h7. Now I'm thinking this queen move, queen e6. Wait, I can also take the queen and go rook d7. I think I should do that, actually. Take and go rook d7. And now, how does he defend c7? Because he can't go rook c8. This hangs the knight on e7. So he has to... Maybe he'll go king g6, and I'll just take this pawn for free. And then I'm also eyeing a7. So he goes f5. I don't think I need to react to that, though. I think I can just take on c7. If he takes on e4, I take back. I'm being very careful so as to not give him these two squares. He goes there with his knight. All right, that's fair. I think I can take this, though. Pick up a really good pawn. This is probably black's best pawn in that it stops a lot of my ideas. Now I want to go rook c8 and start pushing Carl to c-pawn. I think I'll do so. Rook c8. Now my idea is the simple c6, c7. All right, I'll go here. He can give me a check if he wants. I'll just come up. And how is he stopping me? I have c7, rook h8. All right, you can go there. And if I go c7, takes, king here, king c, or sorry, rook c2. King here, rook here, takes. Okay, wait, what if I go a4, rook a2, king e1? Okay, let's just go c7, put the pawn on c7. That way we have tactics no matter what, and I'll jump back to e1. Now I'm threatening to move my rook out of the way and promote, so he pretty much has to do this. Okay, he does. I'll go here. I just realized that I think my opponent has knight e7 in these positions. So did I blunder? Unfortunately, I think I might have. So if I take knight e7, okay, let's say I go rook e8, he takes, I come back with my bishop, or I go here actually. Bishop here, now I want to take on e5. He has rook d7 check, which is strong. Yeah, man, I really messed this one up, but we can still come back. I should have used my time more wisely at that one instance in which I was thinking about pushing my c-pawn, because I was sort of trying to use good time management, stay up on the clock, but one unfortunate consequence is I didn't pause to think at the right time, and might have blundered away a win. But we're still putting pressure in this position. Like, we're still the ones that are trying to win, so it's still okay. I'll take this. So as long as we can keep up the pressure, we're doing well. And we're up a pawn, so we do have some flagging chances. We just have to try and either flag him or convert on this pawn up ending. Okay, he goes there. Now I think I can go rook e6. I couldn't have defended this one, so I have to give it up. And now I'll go pawn to h3, just keeping everything protected. I don't want to let him out like this. Okay, I'll go here. Now I want to trade rooks. And I'll put my king on f3. So I can actually pre-move this, because if he takes my rook, it will be illegal for me to play king f3. And now comes the grind of trying to convert this pawn up ending. Okay. He gives a check. Now can I go king g4 and try to trick him? So I want this rook f3 trick, which he has to do something about. He does do something about it. Now I think I go here, although not terribly convincing. I'll go rook f3 and put my king on f4. And I have to find some way to trick him here. Rook e3 is a very good move, I hate to admit. If rook f4, g5, rook f4, g5, rook to f2, rook takes, king here, rook h4, King g6. That's looking impossible to win. Maybe I go to f8 with the rook. So, okay, let's go rook to f4. My opponent offers a draw, but we're up a pawn for now, so we'll keep trying. But yeah, he has g5. Now I'll go rook to f8. He takes, I go here, rook h4, I go here. Okay, I come up the board like this. Now I'm trying to win one of these pawns, which is a tough task. I think rook f4, try and trade rooks is a blunder, but I don't think he'll do it. Indeed, he doesn't do it. Now g4 is possible. Do I have this? Trying to pin his pawn to his rook. Does it work though? He has a little bit of a trick here. He has h5. And if I go here, he takes. Okay, he goes there. But is this winning? Okay, so let's say I go takes, 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 king to f4, king h5, king g3. So takes, takes, takes here, king h5, he goes king g3, and he draws. So I can't do that. I have to waste some time. Let's say I go all the way over here. What does he do? His rook's kind of trapped. He doesn't have so many options. I'm hoping that I've put him in some sort of zugzwang, which I think I have. So h5, I go king g5, takes, takes, takes. I come all the way back, and I win the pawn. So I win if he goes h5. King d5, I think now I take. Take, take. King here. Okay, king e6. Take, take, take here, and I take this one, and I'm winning. So, all right, rook takes g4 should win. All right, we get that, and now king takes h6, and I push g5. And that's all she wrote. Nice. Very happy with that win. All right, let's just checkmate him. And we get a resignation. Nice game. I made, as Simon Williams would say, I made a bit of a meal of it. But good game overall. So this all is fine. Just playing against these pawns. This was all good. Queen e2, everything looked fine. This was the moment at which I was saying black should start playing for f5, but he doesn't take his opportunity. And then we get this ending, and queen d7 is a good move. So the line that I wanted to show was I was considering going queen to e6 here, and then if he goes knight c8 trying to trade queens, I do trade queens, takes, takes. Then I bring my rook down to the 7th rank, rook e7, and I push my rook to d8, and this knight's trapped. So that was the nice little line that I wanted to show. But yeah, after this is completely winning. I don't know how I managed to screw this up, but here instead of going for rook to c8, maybe I should just go b4, b5, a4, a5, b6, and just win like this. Or even king to f2, king e2. Just stop all play. This is much more my playing style. This is how I play chess. So I'm surprised I allowed such counterplay, but yeah, it was just not necessary. But we got a nice win anyways. Won a nice rook and 3 pawns versus rook and 2, which ended up becoming rook and 2 pawns versus rook and 2. But we had this little trick after g4, which is a good liquidating try. I have this rook f4 and rook a4, and rook a4 is just a zugzwang, and black loses. So that was a good game. I'm glad I didn't fall into his drawing trap by taking the pawn right away.